Be it the food we consume on a daily basis to the media narratives that influence our perspective of viewing the world, the company BlackRock quite literally owns everything. Believe it or not, the whole world has been under control of this colossal entity, and we're about to tell you how. But before we uncover these secrets, make sure to like and subscribe to our channel to never miss out on more content. From having control over a variety of technological giants to possessing power in almost every single sector known today, this company is indeed dictating the economy and, of course, the world. And we're about to get into detail about how this very large yet mysterious company is very discreetly pulling strings in the global economy theater. Of course, we have to dive into what is BlackRock. I mean, BlackRock, like what an unfamiliar name. A lot of us may not even heard the name of this company, which makes it all the more fascinating that it has such immense influence on the world. The company was founded by CEO Larry Fink in 1988. It began as a New York-based company and has functioned just like an ordinary company, focusing mainly on risk management and fixed income management. Fast forward to nearly 40 years later, and BlackRock is now the world's largest asset manager. We're talking not just billions of dollars, but as of now, $10 trillion have been recorded in its portfolio. News has it that the company has even exceeded the $10 trillion mark, and it won't be too long for BlackRock to reach the $50 trillion mark. Now, if we're talking trillions of dollars, it is very evident that nearly a quarter of the world's money is managed by this colossal entity itself. This makes some of the biggest functioning brands like Apple and Microsoft look small. BlackRock has been playing the world like a bunch of puppets without even making a huge scene of it. Knowledge is always the key to success in almost every aspect of our lives. This saying applies well even in the field of business. A business without proper learning management is just another venture that is about to head south. Though BlackRock may not be one of those brands you hear people brag about, they definitely have overtaken the other companies of the world in learning how to manage and manipulate their opponents' businesses. One cannot emphasize enough the importance of continuous learning in the business field. Now, coming to the more important part of the video, how exactly is it that this company gained such influence over the world? Along with BlackRock, there is another asset management firm that has been equally successful. This company is known as Vanguard. Both BlackRock and Vanguard are huge passive fund asset management firms that definitely know how to play the cards well in the world of business. But why mention Vanguard here in the first place if we're talking about BlackRock? Well, it's because that Vanguard has played a crucial role in BlackRock's wealth. BlackRock's largest shareholder is none other than Vanguard itself. Vanguard is easily one of the major sources of wealth for BlackRock, as, believe it or not, a large number of the oldest, wealthiest families in the world can be traced down to Vanguard's funds. Now, we've been emphasizing a lot on how BlackRock owns and influences a whole bunch of billion-dollar companies, so you're probably curious as to which companies these are. Would you believe that this very company is also one of the top owners of the billion-dollar company Disney? And it's not just Disney either. Vanguard and BlackRock are top owners of Time Warner, Comcast, and even News Corp. These four media companies put together have nearly all the media influence imaginable in the United States. But it doesn't end there. BlackRock and Vanguard own and share 18% of Fox, 16% of CBS, and 13% of Comcast. A bunch of companies that in turn own several more companies such as NBC, MSNBC, CNBC, and even the Sky Media Group, and of course we cannot forget the 12% of CNN. Now, while we expect these media behemoths to be considered opponents to BlackRock, it seems as if BlackRock played 10 steps ahead and took ownership of the companies that would have been their rivals. The editorial authority of BlackRock and the companies in which it has stakes is debatable. But the point is that it can direct narratives globally and influence geopolitics at the grandest of scales. Though the two enormous companies that have all the power and influence in the world, even they need an assistant to help them out with their endeavors. And their assistant has a pretty interesting name too. By assistant, we don't mean an actual person. We're talking about advanced trading algorithms. This very secret weapon of theirs is called Aladdin. And you'd be surprised to find out that this trading algorithm has been influencing the global markets for several decades. This incredible technology is the mastermind that controls nearly $22 trillion worth of assets. This too was created by Fink along with the assistance of several of his trusted colleagues all the way back in the year 1988. But why Aladdin? Why such a Middle Eastern themed name from a fairy tale? Well, we can assure you that there is no sentiment meaning given to this name, or is rather just an abbreviation of the words asset, liability, debt, and derivative investment network. This isn't any average trading program either. Aladdin deals with hundreds of thousands of trades every single day. We're talking about trades not just a single aspect, but in every single industry. Its range of trade is so vast that it very directly impacts and controls the actions of the Federal Reserve, along with every other crucial bank in the United States, even nearly 50% of all ETFs. So how does it work, you may wonder? From every market, this advanced trading technology picks up data points and calculates very effortlessly with the help of machine learning what to trade. Now, we can assure you that this brilliant piece of software works faster than the speed of light. And of course, something this brilliant would take a lot of resources and work to be made. In total, Aladdin works on around 5,000 supercomputers, which are considered the main brains behind what we know as the world's most advanced and brilliant investors and asset managers. It's amazing how nearly every fund or bank with a major status in the country has put its trust in Aladdin. But of course, here's the twist. Artificial intelligence is one of the main components of this technology. Now, it is indeed quite fascinating to see how much of a change of AI has brought not just into our lives, but also our finances. But then again, there is a dark side to this. A network like this may definitely intrigue tech geniuses or others to hack it, and what a disastrous experience that would be. A network that holds the power of the global economy in its hands, if it were to ever fall into the wrong hands, would absolutely wreak havoc. But so far, it has only proved to be the four-leaf clover for both BlackRock and Vanguard. Of course, the companies take advantage of the possession of Aladdin by renting it out to some of the wealthiest entrepreneurs in the world, not just banks. Mega banks borrow Aladdin on rent to use it to their advantage, but this leaves very little space for smaller investors to be noticed and chosen by BlackRock. Finally, one day, what most financial entrepreneurs and business folks dread has come to pass. The financial crisis impacting the entire global economy has come, and guess who every major bank has run to for help? You guessed it, Aladdin. Some of which even include the Federal Reserve and even the US Treasury. Even the government of the United States rang up Aladdin to discern which assets were worth preserving and which assets should be cut ties with. This is how incredibly important that this network is to the world, and it's amazing how this very network could pull the world out of the pits of a financial collapse. And this is why no one can argue with Aladdin being assigned the title as one of the world's most prestigious governing bodies. Aladdin was also permitted to make its own decisions about what should be done with the $2 trillion that was printed during the initial stages of the Great Recession. As per the decision of Aladdin, it is known that a large chunk of it was donated and distributed to bonds and funding to sustain mortgage companies and banks which were invested in by BlackRock. With the advancements of artificial intelligence, Fink saw the opportunity as a way to improve his company and incorporate robots into his workings. He came up with a new project called the Monarch. Monarch took over most of the fund management and various firms, which led to the resignation of several of their fund managers. Now, you'd be surprised to know that more than 80% of all US stock market trades are carried out by robots rather than human beings. The amount of power BlackRock has over the whole world is definitely not something to be taken lightly. But what's even more interesting is how some of the executives that run BlackRock are in fact working with the cabinet of the President of the United States. One of the executives, named Brian Deese, was appointed by President Joe Biden as the head of National Economic Council. Adewale Adeyemo, another executive who is the former chief of staff to BlackRock's chief executive, is officially designated by the president to take charge of the US Treasury. And there you have it, everything that you need to know about this mysterious company that literally controls the world through its influence on the economy. Now, we'd like to ask you, how much control do you think that they have on your life? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Now you know the secrets of this crazy powerful company. But did you know how the president bodyguards are trained? Find out the secret training they receive to become the best in the world in this video right here.